Gonna late stream. Gonna late. Hey. Let's do, I guess, more of this. Wasn't sure on like which game to really jump to, and so I might do Elite sometime like off stream. Elite Dangerous. I don't know, depends. I wanted to attempt to do something quick in this, but I've been disappointing myself on quick things. But let's see if we can get these guys to even back. That's the next thing to do. And I thought of, like, if I really end without having, like, any, like, maneuver alert, alarm clock thing to let me know what I was doing, I can simply go through the contracts and just, like, evaluate what I do. But it's really, like, I could just get on, like, essentially any time I want. But you can go to like switch to if there's like multiple alarms and whatnot. Right, there's options. And my Twitch just suddenly froze up. Come on. You're being like this. There's something with right this around this late time or so, internet just drops off. Now things are loading so slowly. Well, now my face cut out because the Wi-Fi. What is going on? I'm a little clueless. My Wi-Fi going out? Is things causing my Wi-Fi to go out? I'm kind of unsure if I'm even streaming at the moment. Why is the internet acting as if it's like it's barely there? Not downloading much. Yes, we are on the path onto that. Now it's acting as if there's like internet. Oh my goodness. Anyway. This guy doesn't have much of a turn. Put that there. Just do a quick save. We gotta do this maneuver so we can get to Eve. Getting back is going to be a whole other thing. I'm curious about where is yeah. What I need to do is focus view. We need to see this be like this. How did you change from 91 to like 94? We don't get to see the pretty rocket doing this because I need to focus on getting this maneuver as close as I can to this. So it will cost a lot of it'd be very important for us to be efficient with this maneuver. Otherwise we're going to have to burn a lot more and stuff. We're not getting to the spot that we want. That's how it looks. Really, I want to look at that. I don't need to care about what this looks like. I need this to be around that 91. Ooh, slightly too much. We're going to prorate. Want to slightly increase that. In that case, I'm going to use a little bit of RCS. We have 30 though. Have anything that even like find even stuff to use that? You like just going old like on. You know, I probably have to do that, and then I'll just burn just like it's to the point where it's like I need to do this. It's like big, just to make it a little more. Probably even there, just like here, just like big. But yeah, I could do that when I get close. Because under the contract, I need to be within a certain altitude. Yeah, 90 to 100,000. And I'm kind of close to 100,000. I need to be a little bit lower. We're going to attempt to gather all sorts of science data when we fly towards it. It's going to be 117 days until we get there. So I could be off to just doing other missions around Kerbin. Hello, Rocket Fan. Welcome. Oh, in this game, I want to slide myself over. Simply so I'm not covering these guys. Oh, I'm just like there. What mission are we doing? We got these guys going to Eve here. And I'm gonna just warp ahead, like, even though this is like 117 days. It's like, why not? At this point. And the idea is when we get close, is there anything inside this? Inside here, I think it was the other. I think it's just the other engine. That engine to get back. We got all our science stuff in here. Our antenna. We've got like these 5 things already. Not Eve landing. This is not built to land on Eve. I would be stranded completely if I just simply landed on Eve with what I have. Like, I probably could with the parachutes themselves, but they will be stuck there for who knows whenever I could get something over there and actually get off, which is really difficult to actually make. In my other campaign, which was like not career mode, but like just the science sandboxy stuff, like just simply unlocking the science to like unlock the, and you just like had no missions or budget, you just messed with getting to wherever you want. And I constructed the most, when I maxed out like all the science and got everything. So essentially that campaign turned into a sandbox. I made probably one of my biggest rockets with thousands of parts and stuff, where I've made it like 20 stages, and it was a giant rocket carrying another rocket down to Eve using giant inflating heat shield things to get onto into Eve with a lot of parachutes, all to then make that take off of Eve and just put the Kerbin into orbit, and then I picked up that Kerbin with something else all the way to Eve. So that's how I did it before, and that's when I didn't have a budget or anything. So, and that's when I brute forced my designs. I just like threw whatever to like get there at the expense of like just making the most heaviest rocket, which is probably not the best designs. Like, 'cause there's like a diminishing return, and it probably could have gotten actually more delta V if I can figure out just how much weight to carry, like how much exactly the fuel amount that you want to what engine to. It's a lot of difficult stuff. How far are you currently in career mode? Yeah, this is the first rocket that I got actually. Let me actually reset the camera there. This is the first rocket that's going outside of Kerbin's orbit. Because I've landed on these 2 moons several times. I got essentially satellites going around, did like kind of a bunch of career or contracts already, and now we're doing one that involves exploring basically Eve and this guy to test just the Airstream protective shield and just to deploy it right at this altitude of Eve. So thankfully I'm not having to do anything to land on Eve, and I figure like, you know what, it's not that hard to get to Eve and then fly by it. So it was a contract that I figured that I could do within the time. So doing a career mode, yeah, I find it's a more fun, perhaps fun way, especially when you understand how to make the rockets and get to the moons and the planets and stuff. Then it's more interesting to actually like, can you do it efficiently and not just throw rockets at it to just get the job done, like actually manage your money and stuff. Which a good amount of it, which like after I came back to this career mode, like I started this career mode like actually like 3 years ago or something. I now put on stage recovery and this thing which is to do with a recovering stage that's like more complex when you have to like manually land or control it. But just with this has saved like also money and makes more sense with things, because like, so what this does is as long as it has enough parachutes, when it goes into the atmosphere of Kerbal, and supposedly those parachutes can slow it down. Like I kind of wish it like also took in mind of heat stuff, because it's like you can kind of cheat it by like, oh, as long as it just has the parachutes and just you're not caring that the rocket would actually be exploding in the atmosphere with certain things. But it does make it have more reasonable sense that your parts, that you have enough effective amount of parachutes and stuff to recover the pieces are going to get recovered. It's a simple thing to say. Rather than vanilla game setup, anything that goes in this atmosphere, like 25k kilometers in atmosphere or something, or like above the ground, or above sea level, it just counts as destroyed. It like just disappears. The game, when it can't like calculate this physics or something, it just like was blown up. It was just magically destroyed, even though you had all those parachutes on the thing. So like, and because like nothing's really saying that it's doing that, like kind of before you like perhaps assumed that it was recovering those parts and stuff. But nope, those parts were just being destroyed. So I figured, like, you know what? I might as well have that mod. Just so I have more of a engineering thing. Because sometimes I've been like doing some parts that I'm not even bothering to try to recover, because I find that it's like you throw on so many you have to do so much cost of parachutes to a point that let's do a save. Where's the next save that I'm doing? Looks like quick save 1. That's one I should just. I have like 5 of these like essentially version saves that I just cycle through. That's how I've been doing my saves on this. Just so I'm not relying all my stuff on one save. Okay, that Explore Eve contract, I don't want to return to Kerbin. Well, again, even like with that one, thankfully, it's just simply gathering data from Eve and then like it's not landing on the surface. Like fly a vessel anywhere nearby Eve to achieve this goal. Cover and transmit data to Eve to achieve. Yeah. Please stop clicking, thinking I'm trying to put a node there. Yeah. So I got this contract like much later than after this one, so I'm glad that like, oh, this one finally came up. So I could then do these two at the same time. This one I gotta get like some mystery go on the surface of Midmiss. Yeah, there's a few that's like creating a lab around my moons, or on the surface on the moons. I gotta save a Kerbin that's orbiting around the sun, which is another like much deeper, longer one. And then like most like all these are like they're like about like 10 years to do, so that's why I'm thinking that I'm just gonna like go through and just complete this one, because I want all the science coming back from this. And at this rate, I feel like I'm going to unlock nearly like all the science without even like landing on anything. Or maybe, I guess it depends if I'm like going to do like I could probably grind enough stuff around Kerbin to get like all the science, but then it's like, well, then what's the point of caring to land on any other planet when I got all the science? But I still got like the whole like second to last tiers of science, so like I do gotta get a big chunk amount of science still, so but yeah, I guess I'm like delaying myself because I'm like at times not sure if I want to like jump like another like 200 days and stuff like that. But it's not like it's gonna hurt the Kerbins or anything. Or even like if I miss out on certain contracts, like they do cycle back and stuff. Seems like contracts cycle back, that you're like all the important ones, you're like you never really miss out. Even though like contracts come and go, like they show up, then like days later you lose being able to contract. So it gets to a point where I don't want to try to do every single contract possible. You just never really, you would take, I don't know, like 1,000 hours or something to even like start getting to like another planet. Like just start getting, like if you were trying to do like every contract. At least what it feels like. Probably not that extreme, but like, I don't know. I've given myself limits because I currently have 2,100 science. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm like I'm hoping to at least get onto another planet, which I'm probably going to get to like Duna. You know, at this rate, like I think it's like when Duna is like somewhere here. Somewhere like here, I think, is when you like can shoot for Duna. Which I wish you can like figure out when that's going to be. Dress. Moho. But yeah. But yeah, we can... Wait, didn't I... Yeah, I did have a maneuver, but then I was like... I want to do a maneuver. It's like here, and then like... shrink it just a little bit. Like, I want to just shrink it. If anything, just have this serve as a timestamp for myself. Like, I don't know how quick it's going to be me flying by this. You know, can I... I think I'll just say to warp here. I think there's another contract to like put something around Eve. I don't know if I really got that contract, but yep, full on warp. This like that's how long this is gonna now be. I'm curious on when we like actually lose signal, but I think the thing that we got is actually pretty big. Here's Eve. Eve's coming. Okay, anything new, like crew report? Okay, high over Eve, so we can start doing our science right here. It looks like we have, you know what, I'm gonna open this up. I don't know if that does anything really. But it looks like we could transmit, like, Greater Rim. Like, does that, like, make us lose science? Like, let's see about this. 550. This is contract that we complete. Go out of closing. Okay. Well, suddenly we did that Did we complete the whole contract? Escape grid. Hello, Xarlark. I want to see if I actually get 25 science. If you want, let me just do a quick save. And just let's see how long. Oh, it's going to be like a day or so until we get. So we could take all the time we want to get like all the science that we could think of here. And the report is simple. So this should be 575. Well, it's extra because I guess I think it just gave us 3 extra too from. All I need to do. Well, I'm going to do a lot more science than just that. There's another point of science. Let me see the Explore Eve. Yeah, and then that's just all I need to do is return to Eve to complete that one. We haven't even started with this one. Oh, I guess we did start one. We got to Eve. Suborbital tree. And this is the concern I have, is if I have to go into an orbit and then get out, that would cost me quite a bit of delta V to actually do that. Let me actually see how much. I guess like 1,000 at least. And it would cost like another 1,000 to get out. I guess we would have enough to get back. It will be very, very sketchy to me. So, okay, so even if we have like kind of lost a signal, which it would be really good to do right now. You know, scientist, step out, do your EVA report. What was this report? You record your observations. Just the simple stuff. Ideally, I beat this just so. I don't know if I made it. Yeah. It's really hard to make those things like where you have to do this and. Oh. That's right, like, I didn't really need to bring that at all because you need to, like, land to actually make use of that, so it was kind of a waste to do that. Let's switch to this guy, and then. Yeah, these, I'm not going to. Doing science stuff. However you may. Pressure. The instrument reads 0. It's as if we're inside in a vacuum. You don't say. Measuring the temperatures of space appears to be quite possible as there is no matter. Be hot or cold. I think it said that before on another thing, so some of the stuff it just like repeats a lot. Now we switch this guy to grab the information that yeah, so then now there's a review report and then stored data, so yeah, he can hold all this stuff. I've yet seen it where it's like, oh, you're holding too much data. Like, I've never had that happen, actually. Never seen it yet. Revealed, storing your professional. Yeah, I know that. I got this guy here. It's just, I kind of wished I moved this a little closer. However, the reason for it is, I believe I didn't put anything on the back, just so like, that kind of simple for me. But I wanted to centralize these things, so it's why it just makes it so I have to do this. Be able to, no, he's not. To like let go and just do this. Our scientists did all this sciencey stuff. The EVA report, I believe, can just be transmitted. So give like, because it's like just written stuff, so it's like you could just transmit. Yeah, see, EVA report, get another 40 science from that, so transmit that. The rest we'll keep. And this is not us even like landing on the planet. When we like land, I wonder if you get like 500 science or something crazy if you like land on the planet. You know, I'll leave that stuff open. Actually, no. We might see about when we get close, but I don't want that. Let me check my groupings. Pause this stuff when I do this. That's my solar panel. Oh, I have a button just in case I want to like conduct the. I'm going to put this as deploy just to help me. Just so I don't trust staging, especially when I'm like switching back and forth. Like this game does a weird thing with its staging stuff when you go back to it, and sometimes you have to like click it like a few times, and then sometimes you do that, and then oh whoops, I staged the next one that I didn't want to stage yet, and just gets all messed up. So plus I quick save like before any like major thing. almost getting to that. So like I do want to get down here. I want to move this down to like 92 just to ensure that we will get down to that speed. Then pretty much sometime like here, then we're going to just push back out. Like, I wonder if that would help us. I don't know if that like helps us to get back out, but like probably sometime somewhere over here we'll have to just expand out, so I'm not going to quite bother with that. It'd probably be more helpful if we don't do anything on that and just work with when we're somewhere out here, we will push. And sorry, Kerbal that's stuck in around the sun. I won't have fuel to try to go pick you up, even if I had room in the rocket. I have to get another rocket to go rescue that guy. I believe that one, like the thriving things that these Kerbals somehow like can just survive in just space without like any food or for that matter oxygen for like it's going to be 16 years until I can't rescue that guy. And it's probably going to just take a year to finish this job. I'm going to do another save now. Just quick save. I'll just beat ourselves down here. And we gotta turn ourselves. Come on, quickly. Really should have done this before I sped up the time. Actually, it's not that I need to have like exact thing of the maneuver itself, it's just pulling this down, so I don't need to be exact with this. Just to ensure that my altitude's not going to be too high up. I don't want to be too far down and start hitting its atmosphere. I might just get like very close to it, like yeah, see, I figured to do it like much closer, just give myself some room to tap it lightly. Okay, are you guys closer? No, you're still high over. Oh, that's going to be kind of hard now. So I'm going to have to like get really close, try to do some quick science, which is why I have, you know what? I got an idea. Let's open this. And this is going to pause the time. I can tell it to, actually, can't I? I think I could tell it to do like all of these. I don't want to do both of them at the same time, but there's whatever. Just have it do both of them, whatever. I think I could do like all these at once. With the seismic thing. Can't do that one anyway, so I'm not going to bother with that. So I'm going to do like a quick save here, and then I want to test that. Yeah, and it still says it's high over. Yeah, so I did a quick save. I wanted to just simply do that, just test it if it does do them all at once. I guess I will have this open. I guess you just, yeah, you can't be done right now. There's going to be, let's remove symmetry and edit that again. I just do it like that. I only need to do one of them. I don't need to do two of them at once. And even do a crew report at the same time. So it helps to just do crew report just to see where I'm at. Do it right now. But yeah, save. Minutes. Up yours, your Eve. Notice how incredibly purple this planet is, a shame. Yeah. I guess I didn't need to do a crew report, which edit that. Do the science stuff. Yeah, now we're near Eve. I need to quickly grab all that. Retract that. Close this, just so. Not that it's. I don't think it's going to damage anything. We can worry about gathering that later. Once we hit altitude, worried about that this is not going to count because it's not sub-trajectory, so that means that I might have to do that I feared. Yeah, see. Yeah, I didn't do that. So that that's what I was afraid it will mean. Did I see something? Yeah, let's take off the crew report again. So I could do crew report. I'm going to just do another quick save. Because, yeah, we're in the 5 minutes. What's our altitude? I want us to figure out right where. Where's near? So we do need to put it as an orbit like this. You know what, let me try just enough that does put us into an orbit. Just enough to be in an orbit, and then like we'll see if that counts. Then we could just orbit around and just try again. Waste too much. Yeah, I'll mirror this button to gather all the science. We'll wait for just a 15-second burn. I want to try to burn it right time here. Three, 2, 1. Not hitting the conditions. Let me do this then. I'll do a save 3. Let me see, is it 3? I'll do a save 3. Cancel. Let's made that mistake and accidentally loaded. Redo stuff. Let me look up what does that mean by subterranean. What was the game meaning by this? Suborbital trajectory. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. I gotta think of how to do that without like. You know what? I think I might need to rank it just under 90,000 to count as a trajectory orbit. So it's basically, it's not a complete full orbit, but like it's going just under the altitude, the atmosphere altitude. Suborbital trajectory means a flight path that goes above the planet's atmosphere but does not achieve a stable orbit. Will eventually fall back to the surface. Might have to just try think because I might just like kind of reload some things just to figure this out until I could get this checked. Then I can like stage this thing with basically. So next thing I'm curious about is doing a maneuver up here, which will save a good amount of, and we'll just put it like just under the atmosphere. Like not something I really wanted to do, but we should be still safe going like a little bit under the atmosphere. If that doesn't work, then I'm gonna have to do a more costly burn and burn this end into the atmosphere just so it checks that. Like we have to do it like somewhere probably here. Burn it just in it. It won't be going in the atmosphere, and once we hit it, it is just then quickly try to burn back up. It's gonna cost like nearly all my Delta V, and I don't quite want to be doing that. Don't have reopen these things. Yeah, there are scientists. Saying we're off the ladder, let's grab this one. Grab all the other data. You know what? Don't show that again. I'm tired of seeing that. Like, yes, I know. You need to keep telling me. What? Where the sand removed and it's like gone forever or something. It looks like they're all there. Oh, first orbit of keep getting like those few like accomplishments. We got a signal, can transmit again. So this thing is just like it's half signal strength, but that's just enough to send out this report. You know what? We forgot to, maybe do that coming back around because I wanted to at least do an orbit. So even though we did cost some delta V doing that, let's transmit our science or a review, that is. We already, now I'm back to high orbit. Well, I guess we gotta be around like, I think it was like just under 400,000 altitude or something. But yeah, we got scan well near, high over the sun, high over the sun. Over Eve. It's near Eve. Near Eve. Okay, yeah. So I don't believe I need to do any more science of that. Which makes sense. 15 sources of data, 5 each, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, minus the crew reports and EVA reports. I need to do another EVA report near orbit of Eve, but we got we got the ones by the sun, like high over the sun, high over Eve, and then near Eve. That's all the science that I can think of collecting, really. We are all done with that. I just need to remember to EVA, maybe I'll EVA the engineer just so he gets a report on. Actually, I'll do the scientist again. He's pretty much just coming along in case something breaks and I need to have him repair something. Or if I need to move a part for any reason. Even have like a little port there just in case. But yes, we need to put ourselves in that maneuver. Do the trick of warping just a second or so. The instantly stops the spinning. Also, at times when I just keep an eye on my energy level. I do have a good amount of batteries. Got these big battery things on the sides here. Quick saves, because like I'm doing stuff I don't want to quite have to go back and forth on. Yeah, we will attempt to slightly put us into the atmosphere. Yes. There's could have done something to land on Gilly, but I'm getting lots of science for this one thing. I think I got thousands of science points now sitting in this ship or rocket. We need to pay attention to this number. Only 0.1 of a second, so it's going to be like a little tiny tap. Which reason I'm doing it from here, this is like the most efficient amount to like change that down there. Just tappy tap, tap. Good enough. Does that count as, there we go, that counts as a sub-trajectory orbit. We have to, I guess, go into the atmosphere a little bit. Hopefully that's not going to be too much to cause us a problem. I'm going to do another quick save. Also, I'm going to do another one of these saves. Before, make sure again. Yeah, 4. 4. Get over that. And we have like 659 science. Oh, first time we entered suborbital and blah blah blah. Yeah. Let us warp here. It's like a signal way just over there. Okay, what altitude am I at? It's near. Need to apply over it. I want to make sure. So I'm going to need you to do something daring for me. Wait till like 400,000. Let's also point at prograde. Okay, we're near. Okay, scientists, pop out and do an eBay report. Yeah, grab that. Get back in. Okay. Now we got to do that right when we go under 100,000. We need to hit a button and deploy this. Got all our science of everything else, which to fuel at. I think we need to put it's not doing it. I want to retract it. Manually click it then. Just in case heating the atmosphere is going to rip those off. Double check my action group to see if it's the button I'm thinking of. Yep. Deploy that. Okay. Heat it up a little bit. But yeah, I was hoping that there was going to be a way that I can minimize me having to waste too much Delta V, because I don't want to risk not being able to get back with these guys. I designed this to at least be able to just fly by, or I guess kind of orbit Eve. A very kind of wonky orbit. The Wolfhound's engine. Slowly start losing power just because, well, for one, I'm behind the sun anyway, but also I don't want to lose my, okay, wait a little bit. Boom. What? Activate the part through this. I'm going to reload that again. I have my... I guess I will just stage then. I have this report. I believe I do. I need to just review the reports. EVA reports from space just above these. Oh, East Midlands too. until I pass Eve to send that EVA report, otherwise. So I actually have to hit the stage button. Well, that's kind of silly. So, a little bit annoying. Well, in that case, I don't even want to bother with having that then. So, it's kind of pointless then to put that as an action group because I have to hit the stage button. And I was worried if I staged something else, and like that's why I kind of reloaded. But okay. I'll wait for this condition to happen again. Speed up time a little bit. Actually do this again and see if I get something else other than just above Midlands. Let's see if that's just gonna dump the. Okay, still have 16. Hello in bed. Oh, I gotta click this button, the stage button. Wait a little bit. Stage. Okay, there. Mission complete. Hello. How you doing? Did you get sleep with your name? Oh, I forgot to retract these. Look like there's... Ooh, we are heating up a little bit. Ooh, those solar panels. Oh my goodness. Spin ourselves. Pull things off. Oh my goodness! Really? I did not think that just that little bit of atmosphere was going to suddenly burn off something. What exploded? Oh, I think it was the fuse. It was all the solar panels. We at least have these, but my goodness. That all that blew up? I really think that's all that blew up. I think I got this encased. I don't think we lost anything. Or, I mean, we didn't lose anything really important, but I did not think that we would, like, suddenly have, like, a sudden intenseness of heat. Yeah, do this just to see if I get anything else. Oh, there we go. Use Explodium C. That counts as a different data, see? I'm going to do a different save. Because I'm going to just reload back to that. Because I'm going to just take it essentially that fine, like those blew up. I actually don't mind. It actually saved more Delta V for doing that. Actually, no, that's from me deploying that stuff out. But I'm curious about something. But I don't want to quick save and like, for one, I want to retract these. And I wanted to see, is that? Yeah, it's just these things. Yeah, we finally got to Eve, this one, and I've been trying to. I had to go into this silly suborbit thing, and I think I went a little too low. Is what's going on. Like, what I can do is. I guess. I think he. Wait, I need to look at this. I could do this to increase my. Chances of not burning that stuff off. Yeah, the air brake here is. Well, it's not super unheating this. It just blew up my two little these things. But I'm actually not trying to like air brake. I'm just trying to get like basically that. Just to get that contract completed, which it's only shoots a lot of money at me. Wonder if doing that. Now we're like touching its atmosphere. Is that like heating this up at all? Funny looking shell now. Not showing that it like this is how I should have like done it really. But I almost want to like just take a loss and just like, yeah, I lost those. So I'll do that. That's why I saved that other one. Let me make sure I get like 3102. Like I'm reloading this just to see this. Yeah, so I got like a lot of money off of that. Load here. Yeah, see, same amount. And yeah, all it exploded was those 2 solar panels. So. But now we have these still, so we do have solar panels. It's just. Yeah, see, it's 388,000. Then it's saying that we have discovered that it heats up things and exploded our solar panels. And we also have that other thing. What else was it? Which I do have parachutes to like save these, so we're gonna keep these out. Which I feel like, let me see something. It feels like these, oh yeah, that's why they weren't going back in. Toggle them. And I'm going to do a quick save, so now I've lost that other thing. But I feel like at times, like I need to just like deal with like some loss of things or so, or some mistakes. Otherwise, it feels like I'm just getting this perfect run because I can just rewind time every single accident that happens. Looking on a few things in the background. A few passes. I guess you were thinking that I was like going to land on Eve. I'll just say no. I am not set up for. Let me quickly actually see if I could get another EVA report where that would be. It's yeah, still that same spot. Like, let me keep it, and if it says it, just. Is there a way to get rid of it? I could just like, I think resetting it would do it, yeah. Initially, yes, but I'm really sorry. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to strand these guys on Eve when I don't even have a contract to have to land on Eve. So we gotta just return from exploring. But we don't have the nice looking green contract that we've completed, but yeah, I could tell that we completed it. So finally, now this part's not going to be experimental. We finally unlocked this piece. Even though we have unlocked the science for it, we just couldn't purchase it because it's just experimental. Okay. So now, matter of getting out of here. Which I could just hit here. Yeah, we'll wait for another pass. We'll do this. We'll get back up here, extend ourselves out of the atmosphere at least. Probably like just. We're gonna just like say just like a little bit. You know, actually just enough that like gets us out of the atmosphere. Oh, come on. There we go. Because we want to. Well, actually. Yeah, I'm trying to think of this. We want to go this way. Yeah, we want to go with it actually, so basically we probably want to like speed up somewhere like here. If anything, we're just wanting to exit out of Eve orbit. And then it's getting back to Kerbal. Our signal's enough that we could just send our EVA reports near. Let me see this, like, shooting up more science. Was this base just above ease? Transmit. So any of these that are like gives me 100 science transmitting. Otherwise, I'm going to get it when I safely get back to Kerbal. Hopefully, safely get back. And there's that other EVA report. Above the Midlands. Transmit that. 782 science. Do that, speed up time. These guys been on this mission for a year and 29 days. So, even though I could decouple this and start just using this engine, I'm of course going to use as much as I can with this, because this is going to be the last rocket to get back. What engine? Why is the Cheetah engine? Why it's called the Cheetah when it's like, it's not very powerful. Not like a fast engine, so why call it the Cheetah? It just look like a cheetah to you. That's more than enough. I kind of overshot them out, but I'm not going to bother with doing less. So now, basically, I could just use the speed of this to like, only just need a boost like a little bit. Just to get, just to escape out of orbit. Yeah, and this thing is like, so it doesn't seem like it matters. Oh, I'll just do this just to escape orbit. And then I'll work out what I want to burn towards when I'm out here to get to Kerbin. I believe it's going to be like at the moment on the retrograde side, but I'm going to turn to prograde once I warp time, because things don't seem to spin when you warp time like that. That is how this game's kind of set up with. We'll just do it like that for now. Quick save. Speed up time so I don't take so long waiting for this. Should have $15 things of data. So only the 100. So delta V kind of seemed like I might possibly like get towards going to Turbo without. Well, depends if there's going to cost like 1,000 or so. This is going to just be to get out a bit, which ideally I was wanting to not have to do any of these burns. Good enough. Ideally, I was expecting to like get in here, just pass by, and then get the science, do all what I need. That's like pass by Eve, and then running it all around by Eve, going back to, and then heading back to Kerbal. But it apparently did not work that way. Work out that way. I essentially had to put myself in a bit of an orbit just to turn myself into a sub-orbit. Which did risk me from going such high speeds by Eve. Explode a few of my solar panels and risk like overheating some things. Like even the engine was like getting hot. What it was displaying, it was showing that it was getting red. But yeah. Okay, by Eve. Report. Oh. Moving. I'm thinking. I was wondering. I don't don't think I have any probes on this thing to worry about hibernating it when it's like warp. Suppose Eve. I don't know when I want to go back to you, or I feel like I'm going to get more contracts for it now. Now we're out here. Using a computational over space for gate the gravitation of it. So pretty much just going to. What's crazy is it's only give like a few points of science. Like at this stage, like you should, even if don't get like certain like science and stuff, like should reward a bit more than that. Like science itself. Oh, we need to put a. Oh, so it even works like way out here. Well, as long as I just get it out of orbit of Kerbal, would count as a orbit around the sun. But then I just need something with 5 Kerbal. If I had 2 more seats in this thing, it would have counted on this. It's interesting. But I'll probably make it like kind of like a satellite or something, and I don't know if, like, you know what? I might try to put like some big heavy science stuff, and I might get some herbals that's gonna be in there for a long run. To like try to design with like some capsules to get them back when I'm done with them doing science labby stuff. Okay. Set you as target now. You know what? A lot of burn just to spin ourselves like that. Yeah, I was afraid it's going to cost like a lot, and that's just tilting our orbit. Let's see where. We can like find a spot. Seems like somewhere here, maybe. Why are we like way over there? You do that. You know what? I'll do one node at a time. I really bugs me that it does stuff like that. It likes to. it doesn't tell me. Where's good, like, orbit thing or so. I think I wrapped around to where I save now on 1 again. Look at 6, 7. Like pointing up, well, the orientation of the map and whatnot. Took 22 days just to get over there. We are getting to her. Before we do any more planetary stuff, we should probably get some satellite. Like, yeah, that's where, like, I'm gonna probably have to make the station that's going to go around the sun really, really big stuff. A little bit towards that center. Nice thing, there's like a lot more tolerance of not being exact when you're like this huge of an orbit change and stuff. I don't think I'm going to need to be super, super exact with this to get the sending node and stuff to be as close. But that will help make it a lot easier to encounter Kerbal. That's why I think it's worth burning the 350 or so at the V just to even this out. Wasn't designed with much reaction wheels. Wanted to still get like very close to exact, but which there we go. Now, any position I put on you should be showing some encounter to Kerbin. Come on. Is it showing? I think that was like another encounter of like Eve. I think that's the trouble, is it wanting to now encounter Eve. Opening things off. Dude, why is it doing this stuff like that? It's like, why does it say I'm like there? What is wrong with you? See it. Why is it go all over the place? I hate that. When you were there, when you. Oh my goodness. Oh, when I'm like encountering Eve, and it's like, no, that's not what I want to encounter. I want to encounter Urban. We encounter Kerbin. Where is it? Why is it not letting me encounter it? Yeah? It really throws me off. Game does this. It's like, surely there's a spot somewhere around the orbit I can like encounter it. Why is this so difficult? Why is there absolutely nowhere that of me going around this whole thing? I have to, my goodness, so I have to like wait for another orbit. There. Oh my goodness, takes another waiting on an orbit, I guess. Which I guess they're going to take another 2 years to get back, which before I commit to that, I'm going to take a look at my contracts. See if it's fine for me to wait on that. The focus view. I hate when it just maneuver disappears on you. We're gonna have to like slow ourselves down on this. Know how close I want to like actually do it to then turn myself into an orbit. Maybe like just between and there, and then figure out myself in a really straight orbit. So I can like try to aim for station when I get there. This will burn. I have then 2,000 more, so it should be plenty to burn more, and yeah. Hey, I'll block you. do that. Go to the Space Center now. Because that's going to take a while until we do that maneuver. And we should have completed. Where was it that? Where do these go in? I only have completed ones, so like one of these that here. Yep. So there it is. This one completed. That was quite a long one to get to. And the ones that we have actually, so even this one, still, even for like solar one, we're going around the sun. Yeah, even the whiskey one for this one still has, it was like 16 years. It's probably going to go down to like 12 years when I'm like get lead. And this one's 12 years. This one I accepted 2 years ago, which I'm in the return now. Let's see, complete. I just need a return the curtains. This is 11 years, so this one might need to look into doing the very next thing. I think that's the earliest one. Oh, then there's this one. Oh, which is recover. Yeah, that part. That's a part that I just need to grab at Minus. Oh, we got like, of course, like more things. Oh, of course, orbiting Gilead, which is the moon by Eve. You gotta do it 6 years. I'm sorry. I'll wait on something else. Yeah. So I should be good just bringing these guys back. That's what I to do here. And then it's like, then I do want to like kind of get to other games and such, and even if I get to the point of not coming back, like, I don't know, I might, I'm unsure. I'll just simply say I'm unsure. I might still want to come back, because I would like to get to where I at least land on a planet, and then I'll feel like land on another planet, like just Duna. Which by the time we it's actually just 400. It is pretty much a year. I might go to the point where, like, you know what? We'll just take in the attempt to go after these other planets wherever their orbit is, because that's the thing, you can just escape, like pretty much how I'm returning from Eve. You can escape the orbit to be on a close orbit and just expand out your orbit to wherever that encounters. Have you collected any foreign planet soil samples? No, that is one of the goals that I at least want to like do to feel like completed in this career mode. But saying that, I don't know, like I was just saying earlier, is I may want to just get to just focusing on other games. Like, it's to the point where, like, I don't know, I'm once again losing the interest to keep on going on this game, especially the time sink that this game does. That's the struggle that I have with this game, is it just so many hours building, like designing a rocket, just tinkering, just hours and hours of just doing that. Like, I've been streaming for 2 hours and I've did a whole kind of mission already with the rocket that's been going to Eve. Like, if you just do the missions with the rockets, it's like not that much. It's not like too much time to like do the rockets. I'm kind of interested on clicking on just warp next here and then going to fly these guys, because I think it like speeds up faster this way, and we can like watch the whole orbit of all this. I'm just kind of thinking ahead on like if I do want to like just get right to Duna, it's not going to be like having to wait another like several years for the most convenient positioning and stuff. Like, when I played this like on sandbox mode, essentially, like when with the unlocking of science was the only condition of things, I didn't care. Like, I didn't look into what does it take to find the most efficient ways to go out, which actually would be around like here. I should like actually do, you know, seeing it like these two planets, it's only like a year, if anything. Like, with me speeding this up, it I could just wait a year if need be until we are aligned to Duna again, because we are just now passing Duna again. See, now it's like getting right up to it, slowing down the warps. With like getting to that next one. And hello, welcome, bravo. Yeah, now we could jump to it. I thought you would get hyper focused on the design process. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, well, I gotta quickly get to this before I think of anything else. So I don't. Thought I was. Yeah, go to our retrograde. But yeah, what I was saying earlier is I got on and just jumped to this. I didn't have to do any like designing of rockets and stuff. Right now we are expanding our orbit to like reach to Kerbin right now. We're gonna run out of this rocket here. Look on this side. Run out of this fuel and it's gonna be our little cheetah engine. Still don't get why it's called the cheetah engine. Is that saying that it's going to run out? Oh, because it's another 500. That would be regardless of the stage. Bye, peace. Served me well. And we have very little thrust to weight ratio, but this thing is much more efficient. As it's running through. Stuck all those things just to get like some extra fuel. Well, now I move a little, turn a lot faster. Actually, look at here and focus on this. See where I'm at. Okay. Even. That's pretty good. I'll keep it like that. I thought you would get hyper focused on. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I do. But I don't want to spend all my time on that and not play other fun games. I guess that's what I'm like talking about. Is like plus it'd be a little more comfortable, and it's how I used to play the like, especially when I first like was playing this game. I didn't stream. Like, I forget like when I like did start streaming and like played with streaming as I played this game a little bit. But even when I did that, I tried to like just design stuff off stream because I didn't want to just like, if anything, I thought it was like boring for people to watch me just sit there designing. But I think. But even then, sorry, I'm thinking out what I'm wanting to even say. Like how to continue that. The game takes just a lot of time. Kind of 50-50 for my age. 50-50 as like you're just half interested in the game. Let's see something. Get in mind on who I may raid. I plan to end stream actually pretty soon, and it should take me not too long to now just reach Kerbin here. So I want to do that. Yeah, we will do that. Just shrink out our orbit, which we may have to do this and just try to do just enough to keep us in an orbit. And if need be, we may have to burn up here to just get ourselves into the atmosphere. Because we probably don't have enough delta V to do a full, like, burn down orbit and whatnot. Which we can, like, what we can do is then, like, burn from here, put ourselves a little bit in the atmosphere, and keep doing, like, a little flybys. Are you with, like, interest in, like, games? Yeah, I guess, and that's why that's why I figured to, like, stream anyway, and if what makes it also more interesting, which I heard someone made a point which makes sense on this, you could pretty much play any game, and as long as you talk, people will find, like, there'll be interest. However, a lot of all this, I try to not have it go to my head, and what's it called? There's a really good book which Bravo, you might be interested to actually look into, that my church is going through, and we're doing, like, little group discussions on it, like what we call, like, actually the men's study. Basically all us men getting together and doing, like, a little study on a book called People Pleaser. It's kind of, like, counterintuitive of, like, its name. It's not really seeing how to please people. It's pretty much the sins of when you have the mindset of people pleasing. Yeah, look up People Pleaser. Let me actually see if I could find the cover to confirm who's the author and stuff. There's probably, like, other names of, like, of course, looking up, there's, like, all sorts of other things. What? I'm gonna freeze my face by having to look on my phone, because I have it on my iPhone, actually. So I'm gonna have to break that just to look up here. I have it as an audio thing. So it's Pleasing People. Pleasing People by Lau Prowlo. Let me see if I, like, spell this. Well, the book is called Pleasing People. The little wording it says underneath this is, like, how not to be an approval junkie. Lau Prowlo. There. And I don't know if it's going to be, like, the same book cover or so if you, like, look that up, but, like, it has, like, a white dog with, like, a few black spots and then with his nose on a ball or something. Pleasing people. Bring up. That searching up pleasing people more so brings it up. Okay. Now I gotta fix my face. Let's see if I have the thing in like here just to string myself. There. So in context, why I even brought that up is it does a lot of nice teaching things from the Bible. Yeah, 8 USD for Kindle. Yeah. So if you're interested in looking for a good book that points out a lot of biblical from God's word on how to be humble, on who we really want to please, being like ultimately God, not just people pleasing, like hence the whole name of it. And yeah, it has a lot of good points, and the reason why, yeah, that's what the whole point I even brought it up was where I don't want to get to my head of like worrying about on live streams and stuff of like, oh, I want to please everyone that comes by and stuff, and yes, which the book also I remember it pointed out as well is there is a intent of you're pleasing God when you're seeking the interest of others in a intended good way of basically pleasing them, but in right ways. So like it's not to like completely ignore ever wanting to please someone. That's like also not the point. But also you don't want to, because it's very natural for us to want to be people pleasing rather than pleasing God, which causes us to do some sinful acts or some prideful things because we want to be acknowledged. We want to do things to be recognized from people and not really thinking of what God thinks. And we want to put our minds to that towards God. So it's and that's where it comes to renewing your mind, thinking of good things to and even like goes about like with the being doers, not just hearers, and there like some discussion of that as well. And I'm trying to like, I am essentially summarizing, like we already done this for like a few months, so a good amount of weeks of looking at this, and yeah, there's a lot to it. A lot of like, and that's the thing is like there can be a lot of conviction in it, especially on the first like few chapters of where it points out that we all this kind of sinful pride that we want to please people, and in pretty much in wrong ways. which group is just my church, uh, and to simply explain the doctrine my church follows is they're non-denominational, what you would call non-denominational. They don't really have a denomination, but they follow, but their doctrine is to follow the word as full authoritative, and basically what I believe like all Christians should follow is God's word. We follow that. We seek to understand God by looking at his word and what he says about his truth. And salvation is trusting in God, Jesus that paid for our sins, and us repenting of our sins, which requires of changing our mind to not do those sins, not because doing our actions will ever give us salvation. There is nothing we can do to pay for our sins. He even says that our good works are like dirty rags to God. Like there's, even if we try to do good works to pay for our own righteousness, it's even that would be a self-pride thing, which so that hence why it's like dirty rags to him, the analogy of that. So it's, yeah, there's a lot to it, or I guess not like a lot to it, but like it's interesting. Like I made a video of this. It is very basic and simple to explain the gospel and salvation, but a huge complexity of depth to really get big understanding of it. And it's probably we'd be like still like we God's infinite, and because of that we're going to spend an infinite amount of time learning about God. So there's like some interesting truth to that. Okay, where was I on this? Out of that rabbit trail of stuff. All to say that on what I was like thinking about with my streams on now going back, just simply saying when I was like worrying about like what if people think that it's boring to watch me like just trying to design stuff. Like I'm sure people will be interested in me doing like art streams and stuff, but now it'll take longer to do that stuff, because then I feel like have this habit of wanting to explain everything that I'm doing, which takes up time because I have to sit here and think and talk like what I'm just doing now instead of just doing stuff on the game. And on it goes. So yeah, all to say that I may try to like do some other games. Like one I might mention here, but I'm not too sure when I'll like get it or if I will. Not to like make a promise or something like that. Is Iron Nest. Seems like an interesting game to play. Like put it on my wish list at the moment. And it's still on sale, which is going to be on sale to like I think the 20th. Also, Big Walk seems like a interesting one to like do with friends, but I'll wait until I do know that I can get together with others to play Big Walk to even like consider that one. Otherwise, it's not too interesting for me to jump on. Yeah, Big Walk. How are you? We talk about mod. Yeah, appreciate the detailed explanations. You're right. That you cut away from the current task, whatever. Yeah. And I'm probably making myself take 20 minutes longer to end here than to just end. So we'll do another little quick save. I think there's nothing more to like get up science. Yeah, still high over the sun. I'd have to burn all my fuel to get like closer, and of course don't want to strand these guys out like that. I could grab another rocket and dock with them and do all that, but let's just hit that and get into Kerbin's orbit. I'm guessing you like Big Walk, like where you've seen people do Big Walk. There's that piece foreverly going to orbit the sun now. And suddenly here's Kerbin. Hello, Kerbin. He's now doing a flyby of Kerbal. His friends love, but it's kind of fun to watch. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's why like it doesn't look like a game that you would repeatedly play a bunch. You like play it once and then like, okay, that's it. Like, well, we're done with this. Yeah, we're orbiting 2,500, and I guess from this altitude, it's like it probably would have been less fuel burning if I burned like out here and did a complete orbit, but either case, I gotta drop my orbit anyway, and like the closer I am, the less speed essentially. Does it feel like the sound's coming from one ear? Something feels like on me. Like, this engine's only burning on one ear for some reason. It's kind of annoying to me. Oh. Meant to do retrograde, you silly. Not mind that I just did my maneuver just slightly off. I don't think it really affected too much of my orbit. I'm still look pretty straight. At least just enough to like, here we go, be in an orbit. So, yeah, we do have a heat shield. Even if these explode off, like, fine. Be another thing that, like, sure. What I might do this. Put this up here. Can this go into here? Yeah, it can. Just store that. I wonder, can this go? No, you can't. There's something for the engineer to do. Figured to do that just to pull it. I wonder if these can like fit. Barely even watch streamers playing the games they're playing though. Oh yeah. Can I ask about your work looks like in 3D? The freelance studio, assuming it's well, like what I'm wearing. That's my 3D work. What my little raccoon character, his latest avatar I made, and it's the avatars. Like I'm selling them, which is in my about. If you go into my about, you can see the links of the avatars that I'm selling. Rexium's Canis Wolf Service Muspo Service Durer, which I just did that as like funny way of just saying basically that's a deer. Service is like Latin for deer, like the family of deer. And then Muspo and then Furion. It's correct to say it. Yeah, I guess like you would say it's like freelance. It's just like you could say that it's like my own company, because I make a product and then I sell it. But sometimes I do personal commissions depending on the work. If I'm like if I find it's worth it and if I'm very interested in it, like for one, like if it's like a very big interest project for me to want to join with, then I'll like to see about doing that. And then it's also like depending on if I got time that I'm like not already doing some other project and other things, which as things are going, like I essentially need to start just putting out avatars if I want to keep this going. Otherwise it's going to get to a point where I will have to just look for another job. Like things are slowly going down with sales for me, and that could get to a point where we get like a nice view of sunlight there. I was just trying to get like a nice like little screenshot there. But yeah, if it drops too much like of sales of like week after week and stuff to where it's like well, I might as well, like I may need to get another job just to pay for necessary things. See, I think I can see myself as getting into a little game studio or something. Oh yeah. Oh, do you do 3D work as well? I think it looks like you got like a very cute art on your background page there. Very glowy looking cute ferret. Neat art. And And that's actually what I attempted to do, not just like an indie game, but like a Doodles. Well, I guess guys came in time for seeing me re-entry a rocket into Kerbal. I just been distracting myself with a bunch of rambling talk. But hello, guys. How was? What were you like? Were you? I think I saw you playing Team Fortress earlier. Wants to see you rockets blow. You want to see me blow up the rocket? Like, well, I would lose all my science and pour 3 Kerbals. We'd lose Bill, or Special Engineer Bill. Which, out of the 3, like nearly 2.5 years these guys been out in space, all he did was I just popped them out just to move this thing in and then put the ladder into our inventory. But I switched to spelunking. But yeah, I saw you playing Team Fortress 2 earlier. I never actually played that game, as popular as it may have been and stuff. It just, some of those games, like, I just never played or known existed, probably at the time that it was like hyped or so, because just like, were they PC games or something? Like, there's certain games that like never got to play because we didn't have like too many consoles other than like going through the Xbox versions, just the what my family mainly got. Much later in life, my sister then got other, like the PlayStation and stuff. And I got the Wii at some point, but then decided to, like, after it like kind of went out of date on things, I just got rid of it. What's the goofiness or skill what you talk about? Would lurk a bit worn out. Oh, okay. What we are going to do is burn up here, get ourselves closer to the atmosphere, and probably do like some air braking. I'm going to use the atmosphere air to brake. So we can this stuff is sometimes so annoying to like deal with. Oh my goodness. I'll just work with it like this. Oh, I can might try 60. Okay, I'll click it. Well, thanks for the follow. Glad you. I almost feel like I want to steal like Furl's like line of like, I'm glad you like it, because I don't know what like so much to say it like with these things at times. But I hope you enjoy watching me just do silly things here. Yeah, I'm glad you like this. like that sounds like just the appropriate thing to say. Someone like, I almost feel like I'm stealing his line when I want to say that. Finishing your task, yeah. Yeah, which, just to summarize what we done is, so we flew these guys with a bunch of science stuff. We had a contract that we finished testing just a part. We already detached from it, so it's floating out in space as space garbage, essentially. This thing here. We flew by this planet, or we did like kind of a orbit. We had to put ourselves in a little bit of an orbit to put ourselves in the right spot so we can actually test the part appropriately on the contract. We had to go into what's called like a sub-orbit, going just a little bit in the atmosphere, but not enough to like be stuck there. So we did that, gathered all sorts of science from flying by that, and then we exited out and we essentially had to took another year orbiting around, going back to here. This game has like up to like 100,000 times warp time. So good thing you don't have to do all this stuff actually in real time. It would take literally years to do missions in this game. We're being pretty quiet due to roommates resting. Oh yeah, if you're wondering why I'm like talking so softly and stuff, is, well, there's people sleeping in like another room, and when I stream like this late, I have to just try to talk quietly. So I don't like wake people. But what's funny is like I was planning on like ending this and then raiding you. Which, yeah, thank you for raiding me, and wow, I guess like had a lot of people to bring to me. And also, hi, Mocha. I don't know if you're still there, Doodles. Like I know you said that you went lurking, but Tromby came along. Quite a few people I noticed. There's something like would like to play more Helldivers with you. Helldivers, I will mention to my stream, is one of those games that I don't really. That's a game that I kind of rather just not stream it. Like I don't mind time probably streaming it again to show the fun that may do in that game. But it's one of those games that I may like to just hop on and not bother with streaming. Because it's one of those games that doesn't feel like too streamable. Like it's... Though, like with any game, like I'm sure like there's people that find interest into it. It's clickable content. I guess like when there's like some crazy stuff that happens or so. It's a lot of repetitiveness, so like Helldiver's so fun to stream. Yeah, again, like I'm sure there's people that find preference, but I guess for me sometimes I just like to put it like as one of those games that like I may just have fun hopping on to play. Yeah, that's the other thing. There's so much chaos stuff happening in the game, you can't focus on the chat. Like, right now, this game is a very casual, slow game. At the moment, we're sitting here, like, I'm sitting here talking, and it's literally, we have 14 days to start this burn. If you see that my mouse down here. So, I can warp up time and just bring us right to a minute to that maneuver, which is what I'm going to do pretty soon here. By the way, we got these solar panels to keep us with power. We can close that up so we don't like burn that stuff in the atmosphere possibly. We do have a heat shield in here, and without going to our ordeal of arrow breaking too much, I may just burn myself more when we start hitting there, and just let us like start falling down. Kinda... You are so frustrating sometimes to, like, change the maneuver and stuff. Wait, that's going that way. Yeah, see, that pulls it up more. I would like to do it in the daylight. However... Yeah. Oh, before I forget, I want to do this kind of shout out. Here you go. Oh, did I already? Oh yeah, I already have shouted you out. Never mind, because it says I have to wait 50 minutes to shout you out. Never mind. Or did someone else shout you out? Bravo, help shout you out. I could always do this shout out. Like I could do this to probably get shouted out. Finish your task. Yeah. Sorry if I just like talking at times. Okay. We'll just do a quick save. Zoom. Oh, hello, Chester. Jester's here. Why is suddenly why does it like happen like this a lot of times? The time that I'm planning to like get off, like I wonder if other streamers deal with this at times, which is one of those coincident things. But when you start to plan on getting off, suddenly like everyone like comes to your stream. It just makes you feel like you have to like stream more now. As if you want to be what's like we were talking about earlier about people pleasing and stuff. Which can cause you to do things that's probably not good to do. Or just wrong things to do. So it's happened to me today. I had to keep streaming a little. Yeah. Yeah, we will do our 4 seconds of burn here. We can start getting into the atmosphere. Which we'll just hit retrograde here to center that out automatically. Burn. I actually can watch this number, and it should be something under... Oh, the atmosphere here starts at 70,000. I want to go... say like... maybe even 50,000. We are going to go pretty fast here, so we will need our heat shield. But when we get like up here, I'm going to probably just burn the rest. And you know what, I'm going to flip myself over here. So when I go over there, because the funny thing with when you time warp, it suddenly doesn't rotate you because it's got to like suddenly take away all physics because it's warping such extreme time. Reason why you can only do like this extreme warp timing is when you're not having anything burning and stuff. My internet went out and I come back to see this fight. Were you talking about violence? Oh, you talking about midnight? Yeah, get shouted out. Because you stream too, and you're a nice streamer. You're the fun exploding fox. Go to bed. It's actually it's almost 4 a.m. Jester. But yeah, it is actually around the time like when I was planning on getting to bed. I'm just biting me now. Well, thought I could shout you out more for that. There you go. The Twitches shout out. Almost 5 a.m. for you. I wonder, Mocha, if we seen each other in VR chat. I remember we played Helldivers last night, that other night. Just make one. Then you. I guess it sounds like it's getting late for everyone here. But, okay. So now, I'll probably do it like here and just. We do have crazy amount of fuel, so I might just go extreme and just burn us all I want. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna warp here and then kind of see if there is like, because it'd be nice. The closer we are to that, the more money we can like recover our stuff. But the other thing is we are doing good with money. I do not need to be like, it's not going to save too much. It'll be a matter of like 5,000 or so money if I plan better. Like, that's really not much to care about. So, do another quick save. I'm gonna see about one of these saves actually. One of my bigger saves. What was the last one I saved? It was quick save 1. 2 years, 9. Yeah. So quick save 2. I hate when it does that. I hit backspace right when it decides to take away the bracket thing. We finish the task before I switch to. Are you saying? Well, technically, we are playing the game. We're just waiting some uber long amount of time. Like, take 14 days to get here. We could technically be playing this game for 14 days. But yeah, I want to tell it to warp here. Look at that spin. Here's the moon orbiting Kerbal as well. Do it. Hopefully we don't encounter the moon either. But we almost. Oh, we might be able to hit there. Oop. I think it spun us around because we had it on. Should have switched to that, but whatever. We could spin around fast. What's our energy? Because we probably going to want to put these away. Probably deal with the rest of the energy we can. and click this button. Come on, put it away. Because I guess you got press buttons twice. I am curious on if I can bring this guy out. Nope, of course not. And of course it just might have just kind of unevened myself. Wait, can I? Oh, there is like a snapping thing, but kind of unmirrors these things. Things are probably like unmirrored now. I'm kind of curious about that actually. Oh, it took it off the action group. Oh well. Yeah, I was curious if I could actually stick them in, but oh, you know what? I have a better idea. Because I know these things. Can you possibly fit in here? Oh, I think we can. Yes. The thing with these is really not happy about it though. Probably because I'm sticking on, you know what? Let's move this battery. Let's just stick these like in the front like this. I'm going to put these out of the way as well. You placed in a weird way. But this would protect these much better if they don't go in such... Why is it so difficult to like center this thing? Here, I want it symmetrical. Or at least as best as I can go. I really don't like put in here for some reason. Probably because you are clipping in a lot of things. So even though I could just do that and just move it into it. There. I'll just do that. Probably even do that with this thing too, just which I don't know how he like refills the whole of this. It'll expendable at the point, just drop it through the atmosphere. Yeah, maybe, but yeah, I'll get some money back at least. Here, why did, wait, what? Goodness. Not what I wanted to click. There's no like undo too. I have to now replace this. Goodness. Oh, you know what? Let me click. probably gonna just give up and just like, fine, be backwards. Oh my goodness. Turn you around. Not that it mattered, really. Just... okay, I'm done with that. Close up. Close you up. Go back in. Got all the necessary things all in there. Really late. Yeah, so I'm going to bed. Yeah, good night. Thanks for dropping by. Even if it's from Reed. I don't have a turn yet. Oh, okay. I just read your last message. Sorry if I'm missing it. I'm not used to suddenly a ton of people talking. But it is very appreciated with everyone dropping by. It's certainly a lot of fun to see everyone. Jester saying go to bed. So I plan to go there, get there. It's just I did sleep in quite a bit today, so it's like I'm not exactly tired. In the meantime, we've been like slowly. Okay. Do a quick save after all that. Which does kind of commit to us to what we're doing. Though that's where I had that other save that I, if really need be. But I'm just gonna burn off a lot of our speed now. Before we start hitting the atmosphere here. And then I'll just get rid of that part. If does this sound like coming to everyone's ears on the right if anyone has like dual sound things? Well, the thrust to weight ratio is getting like much higher just because I am using. But yeah, we got this thing to detach. Re-entry experience engaging, yeah. The biggest threat on re-entering, you know what, I'm just gonna deal with that, like, is the heat. So that was ideally planned to lose. We got still this stage if we need on. I didn't. That's the thing is I could have taken a lot of this stuff off to lighten us because you don't need this much ablator, which is essentially burns off when we get like heat, but gives us like a ton of room to like heat up. But yeah, this is the biggest threat of re-entering, is hitting the atmosphere so fast and burning up. So you want to have like either kill off so much speed that you don't hit the atmosphere so hot, or have a heat shield like this and you can just fly right into the atmosphere. I probably could have just done whatever speed I wanted. Like I could have dropped probably, well, near 90-degree drop down. Kind of risk knocking these guys out with G-forces. I have special audio on my earphones. They burn. It's all on my right ear while yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. It's so weird that it suddenly is going into one ear. Is it like now like now it feels maybe it was the camera mode or something because now it feels like it's kind of even. Maybe I hate when it does that because that piece way out there. I don't think we're going to hit this. Yeah, we're flying by that desert field, but that's fine. Looks like we are going to land probably possibly in the mountains, but it is the camera. Yeah. We do got this chute also to, yeah, it's going to deploy and also kill off a lot of our speed. If I start dropping too fast, I'll switch that to land so it's going to show us accurately what land we're above. Now it's like again in the right. I don't know what the game's doing. I don't know why it's just like throwing all the sound in one ear. Sorry about anyone that's getting annoyed by the sound in one ear. Good thing is we can up to 4 times like speed up just physics. Yeah, it probably is the camera. We could probably turn that off now because it's the parachutes are going to completely hold us upright. Not that it matters at this point. But if need be, I might stage that other thing if we are dropping too fast with the heat shield. Heat shields aren't too expensive, really, so I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, just see where we get at. Yeah, I could keep it. I mean, it's like anything under 6 meters a second is like, it's going to be a gentle, safe landing. Like sometimes it might be like kind of a thud. Like 8 meters a second, probably still like safe enough. But it's possible that you might like have something explode on you, which that's the other thing. So earlier we had 2 little solar panels, and because we should have pointed the other way, but we hit the atmosphere of Eve, and we hit it like hot enough that it combusted those solar panels. I don't get everything in Kerbin just combusts. Like even this thermometer can explode if it like gets too hot or something. Like I guess maybe it somewhat makes sense. But like it does like a kind of explosion, like everything's made of dynamite for some reason. Hello, Entropy Cat. We're about to touch down here. Honk. All fine. PC was asleep for that long. I've been passed around and raised from one stream to another. How funny. And now you're here and you just came back for a landing. Finally over. But welcome, first time chat. Intro you cat. Guessing that means that haven't ever met in all this time. I had my lights on. Yeah, we could like leave them on. You know what we can do, even sitting here, is doing no new rewards of that. We could do though, however, is a bit more science. Yeah, log that. Which only giving us like 6 science, but hey. We get anything up? Yeah. What? Do all the science things. Wait, is there? Is it having? Why was there no like run experiment? Oh, I guess it's a thing out in space. Okay, never mind with that one. Also conduct experiments. Oh, a little bit more science. You know what? Get out here. EVA report. Get nothing. What surface sample? 2 points of science. You picked up some of the dirt for more science. Oh yeah, and then observe goo. More science. Retrain, let's go. I've been falling for 30 minutes. Yeah, it's basically that. You've been falling in space for 30 minutes. Okay. Recover vessel, finally, for the big. Oh, I should have saw. You know what? Let me quickly check something by doing a quick clip. See, which I gotta ask for especially any streamers here. Um, how come? Like, how do you turn on the timeline to be able to go back? Oh, no. Oh, wow. We also, by the way, we got 1,484 science in that one uh, mission, basically. Uh, we didn't even land on a planet. We just flew by Eve, and we got that much science. Uh, in comparison, the trips that I got in science on to the moon was like, if anything, like 500. We land on the moon, get a surface sample, and then like got back and did all the science stuff as we're like going by the moon. So we got a lot more than that. Probably because we went all the way to like interstellar towards another planet. So if we even like land on another planet and did all that science and stuff, we would come back with like, I don't know, like 2 or 3,000 science if that's the case. Test on time rate. Yeah, pretty much. I wanted to see, yeah, 2 years, 205 days these guys been out in space. That's how long these guys were doing their mission. And I did like a bunch of other contracts as I was waiting for these guys to even do their maneuver. So these guys have been in space for these guys would have no muscles left. They are like these guys have lost all muscle. Which I believe has is a thing like has happened like with real life. Oh, I like how you pinned his comment. I've been falling for 30 minutes. Okay, so lots of good science. I'm not sure actually. Like, I'm actually not sure if I would get like that much science if I landed on a planet, but it certainly will be like what looks like more than 1,000 or so. So it's like if we do just land on a planet, we can complete probably our science tree if we ever get there. And yeah, we recovered. Yeah, see, 66 per. So it is to do with this space station, not any of the other ones that we just happen to unlock. It is a matter of this station, how close we are, and we were like nearly halfway across, like 66% value. Almost 67. Well, 67, 672 kilometers. So there's your 6-7 if you're all crazy about that. I don't think in bed is. Uh, but oh, and finally these guys all leveled up once. So what, do they have to go all the way to the level of going to another planet to level up? My goodness. Guy's even higher level. This pilot is higher level than Jebediah. Jebediah is still level 2. But actually, does he have like the anti 6-7 and then the 6? That's funny of Hama, Hama, Super Hama, Super like Super his name. Oh, that's from his like other account too. Super Sahama. Okay. What, 0 reputation off that? What? Oh, yeah, of course saying, yeah, that got destroyed. It's 3,000 or so. That was the Cheetah engine, yeah. Pretty cheap. And that's why I figured to use it, because it's still pretty efficient. And it's enough for me to like get back with it. I actually had like a whole lot more Delta V than necessary, actually. But I was worried on not having enough to do like some big interstellar burn that will cost so much fuel to change my orbit around the sun. But apparently it was enough. So yeah, delete that. We completed to explore the Eve, so we got another 240,000. So yeah, we're almost like 4 million now. So we've really upped our our money. Oh, I didn't even did a lot another one. These are the milestones of other things. Just by even going by Eve, and it gave us also extra money. Okay. So let's do, what was my next save? I think it was just, save 3. Because this is now, wait, what happened to year 3? What? Oh, wait. Um, yeah, this almost was to year 3, which by the way, it's like 400 something days out of the year. So, and I think also the other thing to account for, it's like 12 hours a day. So they made some changes to time frame. So you can't think of like actual real life dates of this. It's really trying to get me to get to bed here. Sorry if I'm having a bit of fun explaining things here. Trying to make sure if I'm saving the next one. I think it's just save 3. Like in the end, it like doesn't matter too much if I go out of order of my saves, but yeah, just in case I want to like go back a bit more and stuff like that. But yeah, we'll do save 3, save 3, save. So now I don't have any long flights going, and these guys I can't enter because they are Kerbals I need to save. This one somehow got stuck around the sun. I don't know how he's like not roasting in this. And oh yeah, this is just a part that I have just sitting on the moon that I didn't feel like deleting. Yeah, this part just doing its orbit. Orbiting around here. It might at some point just encounter. Like I could jump in here and just show, or anyone that's still around here, this was the part. So I had to like pretty much just had like a shell that like attached to like around like the cylindricalness of my rocket. Didn't cover the whole other part, but basically had a shell that I staged off. And I had to stage that right at like above the atmosphere of Eve. I had this engine on it. And it was a planned piece that was going to just sit in space. Because, yeah. So yeah, now it's like, I don't know when's the next time I really feel like getting back on this game. I want to play with like other things. Like what I'm thinking of doing is, even if it's kind of by myself a little bit, uh, is doing more Elite Dangerous. I want to play more in that game now. And which is also another game that feels like it could be just a fun, relaxing game that I may do off stream. But we can see about it. Looking on like who to raid here.
Dave?
Yeah, when I like looked at this person, I don't know if you guys have like any kind of suggestions. This other person's doing like a Star Wars Empire at War. Like it's a space-like game. Someone doing Warframe, which is a nice Australian that I know. Another Australian. Like this is like the time where I think some Australians start streaming because other side of the time zone. But this other streamer is doing Assassin's Creed Black Flag. One's in just chatting. Technically doing other things while just chatting. It looks like it's doing mini games. Doing like that box moving thing. I don't know. There's like some suggestions because hard for me to consider, especially sending so many of you to someone. So I feel like whatever you guys are wanting me to like perhaps raid in regards of like what the options that they're playing. Otherwise, I will consider rating the person playing Warframe, or actually considering on like who's probably not known as much, but like I think is like a nice sweet streamer is the one that is doing like kind of just chatting, but doing a kind of like I don't know what you call this, like obstacle course with like object thing that changes forms or something. Like it's a box that like is apparently changing to things. I don't know how like else to explain that. Uh, but yeah, it's like a nice sweet streamer that I think. Check Discord DM. Oh yeah, you know what? I haven't rated that person either. Or I'm trying to can't remember it. Uh, but yeah, that is a good point. Also,
Aw.
oh, sorry, I was bringing up the stream. Doesn't look like he's doing music at the moment. But we could raid that person. Also, uh, streaming with someone else. So in a way, it's showing off multiple streamers. I don't know if it's like too bad to like also count for a number of users in a stream. That's why I was like considering this other person that has a few people watching. But oh yeah, it's like he says it's like a Terrari co-op like. Yeah, whichever. Yeah, we'll try your suggestion because I think that is like a nice one to like rate in, and I can't remember if I rated that person before. I have rated the other ones that I was looking at. Aside of one that was playing Star Wars game. But yeah, let's just raid this person for once. I could spell the name correctly. Which times does music. So appreciate everyone that like stuck around and just watch me. Sorry if there was not like a whole lot that you got to watch uh, on what I did. Also was wanting to just take a peek on all this stuff. And yeah, everything is like above 10 years to do, so yeah, we can exit out the menu. But yeah, again, appreciate it was fun having everyone drop by. That was thanks for like it was a pretty big raid. But it's of course like all you guys all sticking around on such things. I do wish you all well. I can't think of like whatever like big like goodbye or so other than God bless. Take care. Yep. Bye doodles. Yeah, thanks for the raid. That was pretty big raid. But yeah. Goodbye everyone. Take care. God bless.